Hey, this is Nick from Nintendo Dads here with a review of Tools Up. We want to give a big thanks to developer and publisher All In Games for giving us a code so that we could get you fine folks a review. Tools Up is a co-op game for 1 to 4 players to race against the clock, finishing all kinds of renovation tasks, from laying carpet to painting to ripping up wallpaper. For Overcooked fans, people will easily recognize this as the Overcooked game for the DIYer. This genre of co-op puzzler is becoming quite popular on the Switch, with the pioneer on the platform being Snipper Clips, and Overcooked being the obvious cult breakthrough. So with other options in the arena, what does Tools Up add besides just a new environment? Well, let's take a look. At the start of the game, you get to pick a character type and its color. This is all cosmetic. One of the first things you'll realize when you start a level is you don't have any idea what your objective is. Players have to search and find the blueprints. Once located, the player holds X and the blueprints will overlay what renovations need to be made on the current room layout. These are your objectives for this level. The one holding the blueprint is also the only one who can rotate the camera. This is an ingenious way to add a new layer to co-op games. Got green paint? You either need to remember where the paint goes or go back to the blueprint and make sure. If you put it on the wrong wall, which you can, no points for you, and you've just made your team more work in having to remove it. Some renovations can be done by just one teammate, putting paint on the walls, removing wallpaper, flooring, and putting down carpet to name a few. But others really need 2 teammates. This is a fun part of the game, namely putting on wallpaper or laying down tile. One teammate needs to have mixed the glue and the other have gotten the wallpaper. Once both has been done, one will need to lay down the glue and the other put on the wallpaper. If you take too long between the two, the glue will dry and you'll need to do it again. After the time is up, you'll be graded on how many of the objectives you've completed, and depending on how well you do, you'll get 1 to 3 stars. There are 2 modes in Tools Up, Campaign and Party Mode. In Campaign Mode, you traverse a large apartment overworld to go from level to level and need a certain number of stars to move on to the next level. You earn stars as mentioned above. In Party Mode, you don't have the overworld, you just select the level you want to play and you are graded by how fast you can finish each level. It's a little disappointing that the levels in both modes are exactly the same. The only real difference is how you're graded at the end of each level and how you select which level you want to play. The biggest issue with Tools Up is the controls are not intuitive. This is a real problem when you want to introduce the game to a new group and have to give everyone a moment to bust past that learning curve. The problem, it seems, stems from using the same buttons for various tasks, but in different ways. The X button is held sometimes, other times not. The A button seems to need a double tap to do certain tasks, but other times just a single tap. And because the A button does so many similar tasks, sometimes you perform a task you didn't mean to. This barrier makes it difficult to break out Tools Up just in any gathering. The controls will get frustrating to some who don't want to spend the time to learn them, and you'll end up moving on to something else. What I ended up realizing is Tools Up is a cooperative game, but not necessarily a party game. Sometimes those two are hard to differentiate, but I think the controls here are the deciding factor. Once you learn the controls, Tools Up is hilarious fun. Paint cans will get knocked over, players will be slipping in messes and screaming to get that paint or give me that darn bucket. Okay, let's be honest, that's not the word that was used, but we're family friendly here. There were few moments that my group had tears in their eyes from laughter. Seriously. I also wanted to note that Tools Up is one of the few co-op games that is enjoyable to play solo. This is a feat I have not seen done in one of these games before. In single player, the co-op genre fades away and the real bones of Tools Up show true as an environmental puzzler. The game has extended the time to accommodate solo play so that the levels are still hard, but manageable. So if you're not a co-op fan, but are a puzzler fan, there still may be some fun to be had here. Tools Up has about 5 to 6 hours of playtime to get through its 30 campaign levels, a couple more if you want a 3-star everything. There is certainly some replayability here, but I'm not certain how much if you're playing with the same crew that you went through the levels with the first time. Tools Up is already available to all you DIYers on the Nintendo eShop for $19.99 USD. So if you like what you saw here, grab a controller and paint it up, man. Hope this has helped you make your decision on this game. Signing out. See you later. Game over, folks.